I'm back. It's Anton for the Matchday Highlights review show, live review show. You've just witnessed West Ham walk away with 3 points at home against Aston Villa. What a fantastic result that was for West Ham. But the absolute moment belongs to one man and one man only, and that is Yarmolenko. I can't explain to you if you've watched the game, and when you do look at Match of the Day later on, how emotional that moment was. It was extremely emotional, and to think that he's came in, with an enforced change. It was an absolute enforced change because obviously Antonio came back and got injured in the game. But Yarmolenko came on the field and he really offered us a different dynamic. And what I kind of liked about with Yarmolenko, and yes, we can say it was written in the stars and stuff like that, was actual fact he played through the middle, and that really offered us so much more, really, if we're being really, really honest with ourselves. Now, I don't know what that means moving forward for the likes of Antonio, but it means that we have seen now what we potentially are capable of producing. But just want to show you some images of, obviously, Yarmolenko's celebration as well. I mean, look at what that means to the West Ham team. It means the world. It means absolutely everything to all the players, to all of the team. I've got more images to show you as well. Latest images. Look at the player's face. Look at Ben Johnson's face. Look at them all gathering around Yarmolenko. Look at them. It means absolutely everything. Look at Ben Johnson grabbing him, and just what an absolute amazing emotional moment. We will be talking through the goal, but I'll give you a brief explanation of the goal just now. I mean, listen, he collected that ball beautifully from Ben Rama, who I slagged off within reason in the first half, but I think rightly so. He just didn't turn up. Everything he was trying to do wasn't turning into anything. He really wasn't getting through the Aston Villa defence. He really wasn't causing any bother, but what he did was he played well down the left-hand side, and he chipped the ball into the box to Yarmolenko, who brought the ball down with his right foot and then just smashed it into the bottom of the right-hand side net with his left foot, his trusted left foot. And what a fantastic goal it was from that man. He went away celebrating with his team, and it's absolutely deserved. A nice tribute from West Ham as well, putting his name up on the biggest screens in Europe. Absolutely huge. Lovely to see. We are waiting for people to come in. Don't worry. I'm going to jump into the chat, see what everyone else is saying. Lauren Rose is saying nuts to Villa. Declan Rice is saying rice, baby. Is that an image of you on top of Rice? I love it. If it is that you on top of Declan Rice? I absolutely love it, mate. I wish I could see that close up. I love it. Smash the like button, please. Thanks for joining us, Reese, mate. Hope you're well. Who deserves man of the match? We'll talk that through in a minute. It's a tough one because I actually think there was quite a few players that played well and quite a few players that didn't actually play that well. Raja is saying Benrahma was solid in the second half. He was, mate. I can't hold it back. He was. It was a game of two halves for Benrahma, to be honest. Long dark tunnel. Yarma had me welling up, mate. I don't even know if I can talk about it because I feel like I'm doing exactly the same just now. Connor saying Yarmolenko. Trev Troop gives us the 3 hammers. Connor gives us the 2 hammers. Epic Hashtag Benrahma haters going to hate regardless. It's true, they are. But see, the thing is, on the Benrahma situation, I don't actually think there's haters. I really don't think there's haters. I actually think there's people that just judge him on the fact that he hasn't been playing that well. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to show everyone this image. He has just sent it to me just now. It's really, really good quality. So there you go, right, Reese. There you go, mate. Look at that. Look at that. On top of Declan Rice's body. I love it. What's the next one you sent me? Your Photoshop job's not doing so well in that one, but I'll give you that, mate. Look at that. Look at that. Brilliant. Love it, mate. We have, listen, the game hasn't gone so smoothly. We've lost 2 players, Creswell and Antonio, and I doubt they're going to be available for the Sevilla game. We'll talk about that, obviously, moving forward. Tube said, let's hope those injuries aren't too serious. Yep, well done, Yarmolenko. Superb stuff. Acid Joke says, so happy for Yarma, and you're not the only one, mate. Paul Evans, that was a massive 6-pointer. Connor Allgrove, yep, came in. I says, irons. Jamie says, Yarmolenko to start. Adam Cook says, squeaky bum, but big win for team. Needed goals for the confidence. Jones says, Benrahma 2 assists. What a star. Should have left him on the pitch. Carino, thing that impressed me the most about Yarmolenko's goal, did that mess around, not trying to walk into the goal, just got the ball, turned and hit it. And we're lacking that, mate, Garino. We are absolutely lacking that. That's something that we've been crying out for, and it's about putting those chances away. And you think about the Dawson chance earlier in the half where he had an open goal. I mean, I don't know if you've watched the game, and if you haven't watched the game, wait till you see this miss from Craig Dawson. A ridiculous miss. It's going to go down in all-time top 10 of misses in the Premier League or in football bloody history. Definitely. Garino, we've already said that one, sorry. Hans Swazler thought we would struggle more in this one and did a bit. Let's just pray Yarma comes on fire from now on. Mark Thomas says, afternoon, all someone cutting an onion after Yarmolenko's goal. What resilience from the man. Honestly, mate. Honestly, it is. What an image it is. It absolutely is an image. It really is. It's one that's going to go down in history. Like, you're never going to forget that moment because of what's going on in the situation. To your birth country, the place you love, he's the captain of the country as well. And he's literally watching his country being demolished and destroyed and loved ones killed. And no wonder his emotions are all through the roof. And no wonder he's been given compassionate leave, because I don't know how. I feel awful regarding the situation, but he lives and breathes it every single day. It's horrible, horrible, horrible situation for him to be in, to be able to turn up in that moment and give us something. Huge resilience from him. Huge resilience from him. Subbing off Benrahma for Diop was a bad decision. It's easier to stay in control with midfielders than 3 centre-backs. But he has got a history of doing it, mate, when he wants to consolidate the loss. Absolutely. I don't know what, I got a bit scrappy back there. I can't fault Diop for that. But yeah, I don't know, mate. You have sent them to me on Facebook and I've put them up there as well. Mate, you're doing an awesome job. One of my favourite West Ham channels. Thank you, Raja. I appreciate that, mate. Hornswoggle from Sevilla to Villa, and then next to Sevilla, it's all the Villas. The week it is. It really is. A tale of 2 halves. What drama, Yarmolenko and Benrahma. Absolutely. Troy's exactly, Anton. Well done, Yarma. Blue Boy, Yarmolenko knows when to shoot. Hornswoggle don't hate Benny. He just infuriates because we know better is in there. Absolutely. No one else in the team scores that goal from Troz. I completely agree with you, mate. Benny played solid, was lost in the first half, but found himself again. Absolutely. Jay Woods is saying, what a win. My heart nearly stopped with 5 minutes to play. Rob Yates is saying we turned the Sevilla result around at home. When we have the fans behind us, we can beat anyone. Rob, you're right, mate. It's such a vital win, because it then means we push and we progress into the Sevilla game. And it's about what we can do in that Sevilla game that can try and, we've got the fan base on our side. The Yarmolenko moment, Fornal's bagging a goal, as he's a player. Benrahma getting 2 assists. Players that we needed to step up eventually. Albeit, I'll hold my hand up. I thought Benrahma didn't have a great first half at all. Very wasteful. but he stepped up to the mark in the second half, and whatever Moyes has said has worked, and he's done really well with his assists. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, we've stepped up to the mark, and we've got the result today. We've got the result when it was really needed. We stopped a rut again. 3 losses on the trot in all competitions: FA Cup, League, and Europa League. But we stopped the rot. We've nullified that threat, and now we can move on to Sevilla in Europa League. We have to reset, see what the injury issues are, how desperately bad is the Antonio situation, how desperately bad is the Creswell situation, and is Bowen going to be fit? We're just going to have to wait and see what happens, especially when the presser does as well. Got me in my heart. Well done, Yarma, from Gary. Troj says Benny wasn't great, but fair play, got 2 assists. He still wasn't over the top amazing in the second half. He was better, though. He was better. He wasn't wasteful. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he got 2 assists. So if he was so wasteful, he wouldn't have got 2 assists. So, yeah, Hammerhead says, what a bloody win. We are massive. I'm not crying. You are. Dabs, I was a bit annoyed seeing Moyes move to a back 5 when one of the youngsters could have came on for Crawl. Trosh says his first assist was a crap pass, was only just world-class skill from Yarma. Why we scored? Well, I don't know if it was a crap pass, to be honest with you, Trosh, mate. Actually, it was a dink. It was more of a dink. He likes that. We see that quite a lot, and it was obviously effective because Yarma can deal with that kind of ability as well. He's got the ability to deal with a pass like that. Fredericks played well. Johnson looked good on the left-hand side. Absolutely. Good things to take from the game. If the aim is top 6 in Europa, today's result is just what was required. You've nailed on the head, mate. Garino. Benny seemed to improve when Yarmolenko came on. 100 million gazillion %, mate. Paul Evans, that game has aged me again. Troj, we look stronger. I thought the subs switching Yarmolenko as our luxury player has to be played more, and definitely against Sevilla. I don't think we're going to have a choice in the matter but to play him. Troj says more pace on the flanks with Johnson and Fredericks. Yarmo is criminally underrated. Freno says, yes, Garino, because there's someone in the middle, someone like Yarma. What happened to Creswell? We're going to have to wait, Lily, really, to see what happens. Worried that it's maybe something to do with his knee. Worried if it's a reoccurring injury that's came back up. Hornswell's on Noble instead of Diop would have been better. Dabs, the ref, was piss poor. I thought in the first half he was actually okay. In the second half, I really wasn't impressed with him, to be honest, either. Hornswell, Yarmo is used to playing in Europe, so should start against Sevilla. Trosh says it was like the ref flicked to switch to suddenly give them every decision for 15 minutes. Absolutely. Linesman 2. Yarmo, class finisher. Absolutely, mate. Diop was a mistake. If you take off attack and play for defender, Villa had an easier time going forward. English Yardy saying Hammer, luxury player, good shout, quality finish. Antonio does not score a goal like that. Right, let's get into the game itself. Keep your comments coming in. We will go through as many of them as possible. But first and foremost, let's have a look at the starting 11 that West Ham put out in the team against Aston Villa today. Now, listen, a couple of changes were made in that team that I probably wasn't expecting as such. I fully expected Vlasic to start, but we heard from David Moyes before the game started the reason why he was not going to be playing, which was he took a knock, and we'll have to wait and see what his availability is for the game coming forward. I think we thought there was going to be some other changes in the team, and maybe players were going to get rested, etc. But we didn't see that as such. He pretty much went out full strength. And you could say that by going out full strength has maybe cost us with some injuries. That is yet to be seen because we did need to find out the extent of those injuries in particular. But when it came to the starting lineup, I mean, really, I thought he was going to continue. I thought he was going to put the 5 at the back. I was surprised he didn't put the 5 at the back, to be honest, because I think that is potentially a way he may look at going against Sevilla. But then again, who am I to say that? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm bloody wrong. And that's, just got to deal with that when it comes to David Moyes, because he obviously knows what he's talking about. West Ham have obviously walked away with 3 points today. I'm just uploading more images because you're going to be, it's quite emotional when you see all the images that are coming out from the game as well. There they are. So should have them coming up to you just now. Loads of images regarding Yarmolenko. There you go. Some more just for you to see before I get into the game. That's him celebrating with the fans, dedicating his love to obviously the Ukraine situation, but also back to the fan base as well. Things you love to see. And of course, he walked away with the Man of the Match award for the game, which is a fantastic achievement for a player like him. We need him firing all cylinders as well, especially with the fact that Antonio has pulled up with an injury and we don't know the full extent of the injury, of course. But when we move into the game itself, the first half really as a whole, the whole first half really was played in the middle of the park. There was no clear-cut chances. Benrahma was trying to get into the game. We were finding spaces open down the left-hand side of the park, but Benrahma definitely was wasteful. And then there were several times in the first half that Antonio was having to come out onto the wing to come and collect the ball to try and drive West Ham forward and help the team moving forward. But very quickly, you noticed Aston Villa had problems. Digne, he got injured in the 9th minute. They had to make a substitution. Ashley Young came on for Digne to try and make something a bit of a difference. But both teams really were struggling to actually have any clear-cut chances. I think in the 19th minute, Ramsey made a run into the West Ham penalty area that saw him go past several defenders before squaring it to Coutinho, who almost sneaked a cheeky back heel past Fabianski, but Fabianski done enough to put the ball behind the line for a corner to Aston Villa. And then, West Ham started to get a spell of possession. I think it was around the 28th minute. We'll come on. We'll just let that load in the 28th minute when Ings fluffs a clearance straight to Creswell, controls the ball before swinging the ball into Tommy Soucek, who stopped the near post header and drops just wide. Now, listen, we are going live to the stadium, and I'm going to bring DJ Russie B in. Russ, mate, what an emotional moment, mate. Talk me through it. I mean, listen, there wasn't a dry eye in my house. There wasn't a dry eye in anyone's bloody in the stadium, and there probably wasn't a dry eye all around the world for that moment. Talk to me, mate.
It's totally right. I think it's one of those moments which will go down in West Ham folklore, similar to sort of David Martin and Alvin Martin against Chelsea. It's one of those moments, and you could just see what it meant to Yarmolenko. He almost sort of delayed reaction when he scored. He scored, and then as he went off, he sort of came on top of him, and you could see how much the team were behind him. Look at them, exactly. They're all over him. Ben Johnson particularly, absolutely in bits. Everyone was in bits. And then I was watching you shedding a tear as well. It was a wonderful. It was written in the stars, wasn't it? It was written in the stars.
Absolutely. But the thing is about the goal, though, and I know it's written in the stars, but the goal, the quality of the goal. Let's talk about it. Rewind slightly. Yeah. Benrahma had a game of two halves today.
Yep.
Now, the first half in particular, he was extremely wasteful. I'm not going to lie. We were getting a lot of space down the left-hand side. Talk to me about Benrahma in the first half, Russ.
Yeah, first half, it was just frustration, wasn't it? He looked like a player who was bereft of any confidence. He was trying things, and basically, Matty Cash pretty much had him in his pocket. He let him run. He let him push the ball wide to run up, and he just kept on being very wasteful. I was surprised. I thought he might have gone off at half-time, in all honesty. I really thought he would have done. But just to freshen something up, bring on Yarma, early doors. But, second half, he seemed a bit more at the races. And obviously, his cross to Pablo for the second goal as well. He set that up as well. So, he said you're totally right. Game of two halves for him, definitely.
I think the thing is, when it comes to, even in the second half, he created two really good chances. He got 2 assists. He still wasn't firing on all cylinders in that half.
No.
But it's good. The thing is, if he comes onto the park and he actually gets 2 assists or scores goals and does his job that he needs to do, then fair play. But in the first half, it was very wasteful. It was very weak. He was trying a few trickery things, but he kept knocking the ball out of the field and giving away, goal kicks and throw-ins to them. And I just don't know what it is with him. I feel really sorry for him, to be honest, because I think his confidence has dropped so much. But equally, 2 assists and the situation and the manner it was taken can only but benefit him.
That's what I mean. Even though he didn't have his best game, particularly first half, he said he's walked away with 2 more assists on his CV today. So for all the wasteful passes and the frustration in the first half, second half sort of did it where it mattered, to be honest. And I know it was frustration because I was sitting there frustrated. It was almost like he was trying too hard. And that's the trouble when you're not given enough time, really, when you're playing. You have to make every moment count. So you're trying to do maybe more stuff than you would normally do if he was a starter. But hey-oh, he got. It's exactly what we needed. We needed that confidence boost. We needed that performance. Couple of goals, all ready for the massive game on Thursday.
Absolutely, mate. Listen, half-time came and literally possession was equal. It was pretty much 50% either side. There was a total of 4 shots to West Ham to Aston Villa's 3, but only 3 shots on target, 2 from Aston Villa, 1 from West Ham. And, nothing really to ram home about from both sides. Both sides really nullified each other's threat. No clear-cut chances. A game in the midfield. Coutinho was trying to get through. Couldn't really get through. We were breaking him down really well. Rice was doing his job. Souček was playing on fire today. He nullified any threat coming through as well. But the first half as a whole, Russ, what was your thoughts?
It was a good football half for the purists. There was a lot of, both teams were going at it in the midfield. A lot of nice football. Well, obviously the goalkeepers weren't really tested at all, to be fair, which was, and basically I'm dropping in and out, I know that at the moment. But the first half just flew by, really, without nothing really happening, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's a frustration because we were so good. That's right. It's a frustration because we were playing some really nice sort of passing in the midfield and just couldn't.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to be a normal same game as us, same story. Loads of possession, really nice football, but just couldn't put it in the onion bag, really.
Yeah, nail in the head, mate. Absolutely couldn't do it. And then, to be fair, though, neither could they. But what you could see, though, which was what we were talking about in the matchday build-up last night, for as much as they've got that attacking flair, good forwards, goals that get forward, there was opportunities to get in behind their defence and their midfield, and we certainly started to do that, even in the first half, but just couldn't really. We found ourselves in those spaces again, Russ, and not converting. But let's move into the second half. No changes for the second half. Again, it kind of started off a bit of a dry, what was actually going to happen. But very quickly, mate, we saw that Antonio went to stretch for a tackle and he stretched a bit too much. He went down, he got back up, tried to carry on, but unfortunately he went down again, and it looks like he is going to be out. The first time we've seen him this season, mate, with an injury. What's your thoughts on that, and how much is that going to impact us moving forward?
Well, I think it's one of those things where you don't know how much of an injury it was until Moyes lets us know at the press conference, if he does let us know at the press conference. For me, it seemed that he was going down, went down the second half rather, went down grabbing his back of his hamstring, sort of just inside the middle. It was really weird, like the place where he was holding. And then sort of, it was like the inevitable, wasn't it? We're thinking, 0-0, thought Antonio's going to be injured, and then Cresswell got injured. We're thinking,
I was just about to say that to you. 5 minutes later, Cresswell goes down, and I can't actually see the full issue or the full reason why he's gone down, but he has gone down, and we're worried that it's a kind of reoccurrence of something that he's got from before, but we won't know really moving forward. But it looks like he's going to be out as well.
Maybe, but I think it's one of those situations where maybe because of Thursday, any knock, they'll take him off. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like where he may. I mean, I know he tried to run it off, but as soon as he's went, no, I'm off. So I think a lot of players have that in the back of their mind on Thursday. So whether it is a bit of not kidsmanship, but sort of gamesmanship, but as soon as he's taken a knock, he's taking him off for Thursday. We've got enough cover there. We bought on Fredericks.
Well, I was just about to ask you on that then, on the fact that when Creswell came off, we brought Fredericks on the field. And obviously, when Antonio went off, we brought Yarmolenko on the field. When Creswell went off, we brought Fredericks on, and they swapped positions. Johnson moved into left back. We've seen him do it before. Fredericks went out on the right back position. As a whole, how did you think they both performed?
I thought Fredericks came on and offered something different. He's got something which the rest of the back four haven't got. Is pace, sheer pace, and it scared them. I thought we ended up playing quite a lot down the right hand side when he came back in terms of taking on their left back. And I thought Ben Johnson was exceptional today. I thought he was brilliant today. I thought he was on that left back, absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
and the thing is though, Russ, Fredericks in particular does come in for a lot of criticism from West Ham fans. And I think, again, it kind of depends on what kind of fan you are. Me and you seem quite similar. We're half glass full fans, so we always try and see the positive in a player, even when they're not playing that well. A bit like when Fredericks came into the side last year, when Moyes played him a little further forward and played him as a wing back, and he was starting to have a bit of pace. But he came on today, and I really thought he defended well, and he got forward really well, and he was causing them problems, and his pace was causing them problems because they were struggling. They were struggling, mate. But I wouldn't say it was them struggling. I actually think our defence stood up to them really well today. Yeah. Zuma and Dawson, talk to me about them winning the headers, mate.
Oh, immense, weren't they? Zuma and Dawson, both of them as a pairing, immense. But what I really liked about it today was, we've spoken about it lots of times where Dawson will get the ball and the first thing he'll do is aimlessly kick it down the wing for Antonio to chase. But today, the crossfield balls from Dawson and from Zuma was immense. It was like, where the hell have they been all season? And that's exactly what we needed. We had so much space on the left-hand side when it was all bunched on the right-hand side and vice versa. It was critical we got the ball out quicker to the fullbacks. And they were doing it for once. It was amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Before we move on, what a contrast in weather, considering you've done the Good Morning West Ham show this morning. It was nice and sunny. You were giving people advice. Just wear a light jacket. And the next minute, all you can see is rain pouring down, mate. You've got your big furry jacket on now.
I ain't a weatherman. Yeah, I could probably get away with still wearing a light jacket today. But yes, it's the weather changed. I think it helped us a little bit. Pitch was a lot slippier and play some good football.
If you are watching and you don't know and you are new around here, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. What we're going to try and do now moving forward, depending on the time of the kickoff, if Russ is going to be in and around the stadium nice and early in the morning, we're going to do a live show from the stadium in the morning, so make sure you do check it. He's done one earlier on today, really good. People love it. People like to see the stadium that early in the morning, all that sort of stuff. We'll answer you questions moving forward. Of course, we do the preview the night before. Go and check that out. We've got loads of shows, dailies, you name it, lunchtime shows, you name it, Hammers headlines. We'll do everything. But let's move into the next part of the game. What a save from Fabianski in the 56th minute, mate. It's literally, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at replay. I think you can where you sit. He is at full stretch, mate, and he's curved. He's had to curve his hand back at full strength to tap that ball onto the post and then collect the parry. Great save from him, wasn't it?
Amazing. I think there's a couple of times he saved us in that game as well. I mean, it was a bit, obviously there was a couple of times where he's a little bit hesitant, which was a bit frustration because people will say, it wasn't a perfect performance for him, far from it, but when he was needed, when he was called upon, he was there. And that's the mark of a great goalkeeper. When he's needed, he's there, and that's it. And, he wasn't fluffing anything. His distribution, I thought, was a lot better than it has been. He had outlets as well. He could take it out wide, and they were trying to go at pace, it seems, for the fullbacks. So there was always an outlet there. But, great game.
Right. I mean, listen, I'm going to talk into one of the biggest moments in this game and something that will also go down in history for other reasons, and that is Craig Dawson's miss, Russ. So what's happened is the ball's got flipped in to the box. Zuma has raised and jumped above every single person you can possibly imagine. He's connected with his head. Fantastic save from Martinez, but he puts the ball onto Dawson's head. Now, Russ, How far out is Dawson, mate?
He ain't far at all.
He's literally like a yard or two.
To be honest, it was harder to do what he did than put it in the back of the net. It was harder to get it over the bar from that angle.
Yeah.
It was incredible. But
it's an incredible moment as a fan, as a player. And do you know what? We would be ruining that kind of miss if we hadn't won the game, but we're lucky we have won the game. But what an unbelievable miss. And it will, I'm not even exaggerating, Russ, when I say this. This will go down in one of those programmes that you'll see Premier League's top 10 misses.
It will.
And it's up there. It's up there. It's up there.
It will.
Yeah. But it was never
crazy.
Yeah, it did.
That's what I'm saying. It was crazy.
Yeah, it never put us back. It never really put us back in the game. Russ, before we move on to other moments in the game, Aston Villa, mate, were rolling around the park all day. Oh. They were dropping like flies, constantly trying to, get the ref on their side. And initially, I thought the ref had a good first half. Wasn't impressed with the second half. But yeah, talk to me about Aston Villa's tactics in that game.
Oh, it was just any time that the clear fact what they're trying to do was to disrupt our play. So as soon as they took a touch, as soon as they took it, a knock, they were on the floor. So the ref had to. The first thing they did was grab their heads. So the ref had to stop the game, and that was the plan. Clearly, to disrupt our momentum on the sort of winning the ball back in terms of attacking. But it was for Steven Gerrard's side to be like that. I mean, it was professional. I wouldn't say they were cheating, but it was a professional job, so you can understand that. But I was talking to some people who were watching the game with me, and they were saying, "This is, literally." And as soon as our goal went in, they were saying, "Right, okay, you watch. They ain't going to be running about or rolling about now, would they?" So, and it was funny. As soon as the goal went in, completely changed. They were standing up. They were going in for challenges and everything. So
yeah, absolutely. That took us into that moment, the fantastic moment with Yarmolenko. Benrahma collects the ball, pings the ball into the box to Yarmolenko. I swear to God, when you look back at it, it's going to be one of the most emotional moments as a football fan, not just as a West Ham fan. He drops the ball down with his right foot and hits it straight away with his left. I think I've got a nice little actual image of the action moment from him hitting it, as you can see here. 2 feet off the ground, smashes the ball, goes into the back of the net. Written in the stars, mate. A very emotional moment. I mean, honestly, mate, I was struggling. I really was struggling, and I don't like to do that sort of stuff on camera, but my word, 70 minutes gone, West Ham have gone 1-0 up. And at that moment, you could see the fire in the West Ham belly, couldn't you, really?
Definitely. As you said, as soon as... And I mean, it was a great shot outside. I mean, we know Yarmo's only got 1 foot, and he curled... It was an unusual shot choice, because he curled it from the outside of his left foot, dead in the centre of the box. They went in. And as I said, it's almost like he took his time. As soon as he hit it, it went in, and he stood still for a minute, almost to process really what happened. And then, then it was just like emotional sitting. And I mean, you were watching it on the TV. The camera kept going back to him. He was still very emotional about 10 minutes in. Afterwards. Yeah, really.
And he came up with another. Russ, he came up with another chance. What I loved about what Yarmolenko was doing was, we all know what Yarmolenko does, right? We all know what Yarmolenko does. He's one-footed, etc. But the funny thing is about his style of play is that even though he's one-footed, he sometimes drops the shoulders, and defenders fall for it and think he's going to put the ball onto the right foot, but he never puts the ball onto the right foot. And he managed to drag the ball into the box and then shot with his right foot, and it hit the side netting. And it was a fair play to him, because he was trying to create something from nothing. And as people have said in the chat, this is actually what we've lacked, is getting the ball into a dangerous area and someone just going,
just shooting it.
Just shoot the ball. And that's fair. You've got to give him credit where credit's due, because that's exactly what he's done, and that's what's got us the goal.
Totally. It was unusual. He did it, as you said, the second time on the right hand side, when he cut inside with his right foot and tried to hit on his right. Obviously didn't go in because it was his right foot. But you're totally right. I mean, for me, there was so many times in the game today where all we were doing were passing into the middle, went out wide, flick it to the other side, pass it, then flick it to the other side. And the 2 times we actually took the ball forward and drove forward, we scored. In terms of Yarmolenko, and with Declan Rice setting up the second one. That will stem from him dropping the shoulder and going for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, fast forward 82 minutes in, mate. Declan Rice does his usual, collects the ball from deep in the West Ham half. He drives forward like an absolute maniac. I think he skips by 2 or 3 Aston Villa players. He plays in Ben Rama down the left of the area. And he, to be fair to him, mate, he clocks it. He clocks Fornals' run. He puts the ball perfectly onto the penalty spot. Fornals runs in and smashes the ball into the back of the net. Good goal. But second of all, it's great to see a player like Fornals getting back on the score sheet again when we need a player like Fornals to get back on the score sheet again.
Totally, and I thought, bar a couple of times he lost the ball, I thought he had a really solid game today for Fornals, and obviously on the right hand side today rather than the left, which he tends to be on when he's playing a front three. I think it suited him a bit more on the right hand side, to be honest. And you're right. I mean, Declan, when he dropped the shoulder, McGinn was on his arse, which was great to see for such a good player, and he made him look like absolutely like an idiot. And then, as you said, ball comes across Ben Rama. He clocks him and he puts it perfectly. Obviously Yarmo was probably the ball he was running forward, but he saw Fornals on his own. Similar to the goal they scored, to be honest. Going for the late runner and laying it off, and great finish from Fornals, and great to see. Deserved that.
And like you said, mate, it comes to the 90th minute. We've just seen the clock go up. It's 6 minutes injury time, and literally backs against the foot. I don't know really what happens there. Buendia comes on for Aston Villa. He causes a bit of concern. He does Zuma an absolute beaut. Like Zuma just lying on the floor. He's gone past them. Anyway, the ball finds its way into the edge of the box. Ramsey, and we all know what Ramsey's capable of, gets his 6th goal of the season, hits a thunderbolt strike towards the goal, throws it into the back of the net, 2-1, and it's game on. 6 minutes to go, mate, and we're sitting there going, not again, not now, no, we can't let this go. But we saw the game out, mate. How important is this victory for West Ham?
All right, it's so important. I mean, it's about momentum, isn't it? It's about momentum. It's about what we can bring into Thursday's game. The crowd were flat. The crowd were very quiet. First half, very quiet, really, really quiet. And it was only sort of, they needed a spark to wake up a little bit. And obviously, Yarmolenko's goal was possibly the biggest spark you could have given them, to be honest. But it's desperately needed, because obviously Thursday's going to be such a huge game. We really need the crowd behind us to give them that lift. And they responded. Once the goal went in, they responded. And the West Ham, although we obviously conceded the goal late at the end, I didn't think we were going to lose the game or get a draw. I don't think we were really confident, and we were quite competent for most of that game, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to share the screen just to show everyone the league table, which everyone is desperate to see. I'll jump through some of the comments in a second as well. But here it is here. As you can see, win pushes us 3 points further up table. Very, very vital victory for West Ham. We're all now equal with Wolves, Manchester United. So we've got away with the Wolves game in hands, which is good. Tottenham are within 2 games of West Ham. They've got we're 3 points off them. But we're 3 points, Russ, 3 points off 4th place again. So we're there again, there or thereabouts. It's going to be an interesting run-in to the season, isn't it?
It is. We needed this game as well, because this game with Tottenham they got Brighton away on Wednesday, and if they get a result there, they're down to 1 game in hand. Plus, we're playing them on Sunday as well, aren't we? So it could be a nice swing if they lose against Brighton away on Wednesday. We needed to just put some pressure on them. Just put some pressure on for that Wednesday game now. Yeah.
Absolutely, Russ. Listen, how much of an impact will the potential loss of Creswell and Antonio, potential, that's the key word, how much of a potential loss will that be to West Ham?
Well, to be honest, there wasn't much. It seemed Fornals was doing more of the corners, I'd say, today, definitely. So, obviously, with Creswell, you lose a lot of that. If he was injured out, he'd obviously lose that dead ball delivery. But I think from a game management perspective, Johnson on the left seems to be confident. He's playing out of his skin at the moment. He really is full of confidence. And I thought Fredericks came on and did well. So I would be happy with them two as fullbacks if need be. As I said, I don't think Mr. Soufal will be ready just in time for Wolves for the Seville game. Although he was warming, as I said to you, Anton, he was doing a little bit of light running, which is good to see. So I didn't know whether it was a fitness test, but it wasn't a fitness test. It was some light running. So we'll see. But obviously Antonio could be a huge difference. But then you never know. We're going to do, it's UEFA, so we do a big thing for Ukraine, stand by Ukraine type thing. So, you know, a revitalised Yarmolenko, innit? What's going down with that? Who knows?
You can say that again, mate. You can say that again. Russ, it's been a pleasure. I'm actually going to do an idea that you suggested to me, which is give people some instant reactions. So what I'm going to do, everyone in the chat, and you, Russ, you can head whenever you're ready, but if you want to stay on and hear what I'm going to do, I'm going to give people a few minutes to come on and have a quick chat with myself. And if Russ is going to kick out, you can come and chat to both of us and just give us your immediate reaction. I'm going to have to put a timer on it. I'm going to have to put a quick timer on it because I do have to go and cook dinner for the family, as Russ has got to go home and do as well, because we're both extremely under the thumb. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. Come on, have a quick chat with us and let us know your very brief thoughts on the game today. And look, Legend, I do agree with you, mate. I do believe we are getting massive, 100%. Trosh is saying got to be stronger, I think. Scott is saying Leicester need us to do a favour here and grab a point. Lucas in the house, hope you're well. So just waiting on anyone who wants to jump. The link is in there. You've only got a few minutes to do it. I'm going to give everyone 1 minute. 1 minute is the timer everyone's getting today. Just to come in and give me your brief thoughts before we go.
You're a taskmaster. You're a hard taskmaster.
I am. Here we are. Oh, here we go. We've got a few people coming on already, so let's get them in. Budgie, mate, how you feeling? Give us your thoughts.
Oh, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing like a nun's pocket. I swear to God, it's a great day, and I really didn't believe that we were going to actually get a result against Villa. I'm so glad we did. So glad.
How much of an emotional moment really is this moment, mate? Yarmolenko, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? Written in the stars.
I couldn't have spoken to you immediately after the goal. That's a fact. I even now, thinking about it now, I'm getting emotional. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. Absolutely well-deserved, beautiful moment.
It really was written in the stars, to be honest, Budgie. But what a good time for West Ham. What a good time for West Ham to knock off the 3 losses by then coming on here and getting this win today and pushing on to the Sevilla game for the Europa League.
Absolutely, Anton. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. I actually said the other day, listen, let's not go negative into this game against Villa. We need the 3 points. We got them. Okay, we have got a bit of a worry about Antonio and Creswell, but I don't think the way Creswell walked off, it didn't look like he was going to be missing next week. It really didn't. So I ain't really got too much of a worry as long as Vlasic is fit, because I think that Vlasic could do a real job up front. I really do.
I really do as well. I think his performance against Sevilla was progressively getting better. I was surprised he wasn't there, but obviously Moyes spoke about saying that he's taken a knock. So it's just about how now West Ham manage the situation, because we could, in theory, be without Vlasic, Creswell, Antonio, Bowen, which we don't want. But what you've got positives to come from this is players like Fredericks, Johnson can switch over to left-hand side. All these positives to take that from that as well. Budgie, I don't want to be a party pooper, but I do need to put on the other guests we've got coming on.
It's fine, buddy. It's fine. I thank you for letting me come on. Thank you, guys. Fine, see you soon. Take care.
Take it easy, mate. Come on, you irons. Bringing on the next one, which is Reese, mate. How you doing, Declan Reese?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Real good, actually. Real good.
Yeah. Buzzing with that.
What an emotional moment when Yarmolenko scored. I had tears. I'm going to admit
it. Written in the stars, really, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was beautiful moment.
But coming back onto the football side of things, what do you think the dynamic he offers West Ham when he's up front?
I think he's better when he plays up front.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
he's much better when he plays up front. Like, it's the same with, like Budgie was saying about Vlasic as well. I think I've been saying it for a while. Stick Vlasic up front, and if Antonio is fit, put Antonio on the wing.
Yeah,
and then if it don't work, we've tried something different.
What an interesting dynamic when Antonio, Benrahma for me really lightweight in the first half. Great to have 2 assists under his belt today. But
beautiful. Does go for my bet.
Yeah, what a different dynamic though, by having someone like Antonio drop out. He was getting fed up. He was dropping out there. He was getting fed up, but he was causing them problems on the left wing, and he was winning things. He was winning corners and winning throw-ins. listen, no ifs and buts about it. It's a big loss if we do lose Antonio, because I think Sevilla can't really cope with a player like him. So let's hope he is back. But if we don't, we do have the likes of Yarmolenko who can play with a bit of confidence of getting that goal. And what a goal it was.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And plus, I know it's not good that we've got injured players, but it might get to see Sonny Perkins, Occo Flex play, which I've been crying out for as well. So
yeah. Defensively, West Ham, are you happy with that today? I mean, listen, Aston Villa have got threats. They've got Ollie Watkins, has got 7 goals. Danny Ings has got 5 goals. Coutinho's came in, got 4 goals. They all assist it. You know, going forward, they are a good team. How did we deal with them defensively today?
Yeah, I think we done quite well. I only watched the first half, and then I was just chilling out in watch-longs for the second half. But from the first half, what I saw, we did decent. You know, I'll never have a bad word said about Craig Dawson. So,
yeah, absolutely. Huge result. Yeah, absolutely. And what an opportunity, though. West Ham have taken the 3 points after 3 straight losses in all competitions. But that keeps us in the mix. You know, we've dealt, I've said it earlier on when Russ was on, we've dealt with the situation. Wolves have now caught up to us with games. Manchester United have caught up to us with games. So it's just Tottenham and Arsenal. We're 3 points within our 4th place of Arsenal. We're in the European positions. How do we, you know, we've got, how many games we've got to go now? 9 more games in the Premier League to go. We've got literally, between that and Sevilla, mate, we've got 10 cup finals to go, don't we?
Oh, 100%. Like, I'll just be happy with a good season. I'd love to qualify for Europe, but it's just going to feel, if we don't qualify for Europe or do well against Seville, it's just going to feel like we're throwing it away. Because how fast did we come out the blocks at the beginning of the season? And then it's just started going downhill. But it looks like, hopefully, touch wood, that we're going to be turning that around and pushing for the same sort of finish we had last season, hopefully.
Yep, absolutely. Rice, mate. Reese, sorry, Rice. you confused me with the Declan part. Rice, mate, take it easy, mate. Thank you for joining us. We'll get you on again soon.
That's all right, sir.
Yeah, come on, you Irons. Cheers for coming on, mate. Irons. Take it easy. Right, I'm going to jump through some of the comments before we go. Troy's just saying Shane Zuma got out muscled by a guy half his size, though. Yarmolenko starts on Thursday against Sevilla. Mark R. Looked like Yarmolenko was injured at the end. I never had a chance to see that, mate, but I will have a look at that. Hammerhead says, unfortunately, it looks like Yarma hurt his knee. Really interesting to see. I don't know what's happening there. So many comments. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find them. Anil saying I would play Fabianski on Thursday. English Harry says, to be honest, Ben Johnson's first half was poor. He was thinking and overthinking for me, but second half he played much better. He felt comfortable on that side. Zuma was the best player on the pitch by a mile. Adam says Johnson played really well. Rice, different class. Second half, Benny got his assist, needed it for his confidence. Hammerhead, I think it's nothing major. Mickey and Chris coming off, they may have felt something and signal for a change, so they didn't risk injury. Absolutely, could be true, mate. Could be true. Listen, I hope everyone's enjoyed that. West Ham have walked away with the 3 points. That's the most important thing. I want everyone to, if you're new around here, please make sure you go and click the subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that bell notification that will notify you when we are going live with shows. We may do a show later on tonight. We may do a player ratings. Keep your eye on the channel. If you hit that bell notification, that will notify you when we go ahead to do the shows. Tomorrow we'll have some content going out. Obviously, we'll have the daily, the Hammers headlines, etc. And there may be another little cheeky special show coming on later on in the day. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much for joining us. What a fantastic victory for West Ham. Absolutely huge victory for West Ham. Thank you very much to the guests for coming on as well. Let me see what everyone else is saying. West Ham random from Peachy Boy. Europa Antonio. Green Sheet Elite Yarmolenko's just shown he's not just Deadwood. Absolutely. I agree, Budgie. He is a luxury player. Apache says things looking very good for a top 8 finish. Big gap now to 9th. Chasing pack of Villa. Southampton, Brighton all lost. Leicester losing and Palace facing Man City tomorrow night. Adam Cook says Villa come alive last 10 minutes. They deserve nothing. That's all for all the acting. It was a disgusting first half. Thanks, Anton. No worries. Thank you very much for joining me. Robert Singleton says Sevilla drew today as well. Here he comes. Let's bring him on. Peachy Boy, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yo, my G, you know what, Doc? That's what I'm talking about. Don't we win those games that we're not supposed to win, and we pull the rabbit out of the hat? That's what we did.
Yep. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's a fantastic result. It's huge for West Ham because of the situation we're in. We've stopped the rot of 3 losses. We've got a big, questionably, Peach, one of our biggest games coming up in our modern history on Thursday.
Oh yeah. I sound like Randy Macho Man Savage. Oh yeah. But no, honestly, we honestly do. We do though, don't we? Like that's the 2006 FA Cup final all over again. Really.
Give me your man of the match, Peachy boy.
That's Fabianski. Yeah, I know. No, you know what? Listen.
I know. I was
listen. For the frustration and pain and hurt and the support that he has to have shown for his family, heart-wise, it all goes to Yarmolenko. But performance-wise, I thought Fabianski was phenomenal. I thought Zuma was phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely,
I really
mate.
did.
Yeah, I think for me, you know, as we've seen here and from the image, Yarmolenko's got the man of the match for the performance today.
Yeah.
I think he offered us something a bit different, but you're right, Peach. Fabianski was different class today. A couple of fantastic saves. One particular save in the second half where he's at full stretch and he's curved his body to get the ball back. He's put it onto the post, and it is a match-saving save. Really,
you said it was bending. Like he had to bend himself to get to it, and then Russ was saying about how the crosses coming in from like both sides, from Dawson and Ben Rama, and that it was mad. It was like it just looked like a West Ham squad in October, and it was brilliant to see. It was just a shame seeing Antonio going down. He looked a bit ginger, but Cresswell, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Peachy boy, thank you very much for coming on. It's short and sweet tonight because I need to head. So much love, mate, and I'll speak to you soon. Take it easy.
All right, big up yourself,
brother. Bye-bye.
All right.
Take it easy. Listen, thank you very much for joining us. If you are new around here, please go and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, and I know I probably bore you all the time, hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out. Hit the bell notification, please hit that one, and that will then notify you when we do go live for shows as well. The moment, though, for today, West Ham walked away with 3 points, but the moment belongs to this man only, Yarmolenko, who got himself a goal, and what a fantastic moment it was for him. Thank you for joining us. I want everyone to stay safe, and we'll see you either tonight or tomorrow, and come on, you Irons.
It's like a family tree.